Front Yard Garden Tour, July 16th, 2024. We are in the brutal part of summer. It came earlier this year. We haven't had much rain to speak of for at least 6 weeks. Maybe one really good rain. And then a little shower last night. So a lot of watering is happening. And plants are having to fend for themselves. This is my new love hydrangea that I got for my birthday from Brian this year. And then filled up the base of the container with an arrangement of plants that reminds me of our trip to Highlands for my birthday, because they had the most beautiful container arrangements there. And so I love the hydrangea, and every time I look at the container, it reminds me of our trip, which was really wonderful and so cool. The camellias, especially the japonicas, are starting to set buds for the winter. I think the sasanquas must just not set them quite as early because they bloom first. Look at all these hydrangeas. They've all gone over, but they still just make me so happy. Look at this variegated one. The strawberries, I took them apart so I could water them better. I think they may just require more water than I'm able to give them, at least in containers. Can't be high maintenance and live in this garden. The tomatoes have been gangbusters. These are cherry tomatoes here, and then full size here. And they're on pause for a minute because our temperatures have been close to 100 for a long time. Too long. But the cherry tomatoes don't seem to mind the heat the way the big ones do. And I think the big ones will come back. They're just taking a break. Indian Summer Rudbeckia and the salvia you see behind it, stars of the pollinator garden. Oh, feverfew is starting to bloom. Look at that. Is it dainty? And I'm loving this yarrow. But really, those two, amazing. Coneflowers are starting to fade. The dahlias are having a real struggle year. Oh, and this is Salvia Hot Lips that I got from Highland Lawn and Garden that I'm excited about. Second planting of cucumbers. Looks like it's doing much better in this bed than the other garden bed. Linda's lovely hydrangea. Been doing some cutbacks here in this garden. Things that have gone over. I don't know if you can see, but just covered in bees. It's a hive of activity. So, the view from this direction. Is there, looking good. Been really pleased with these petunias. They got wet, so they look a little flopped right now, but. And then Mystic Spire's salvia behind them, although not nearly as attractive to the bees as the Rockin' Play in the Blues salvia. I love these Japanese painted ferns mixed with the Tradescantia. These Limelights are in too much shade, I think, but they still bloomed. All right, this is the sad one. Peppers, mid-July, finally starting to put on some fruit. Sunflowers are done and need to be pulled. The eggplant finally maybe starting to do some fruit set. Cucumbers done for. Never really did well there. That bed needs to be emptied of soil and start over. This prime, Limelight Prime, I think, is blooming great, even though it's in as much shade or more than the other ones. Bloodgood Maple's doing great. Rhododendrons are surviving, which is great because it's so hot, more than they would want. And Postman Joiner, I ordered some caladiums that are supposed to be a little more sun tolerant because Frida Hempel just didn't like the western sun exposure over here. But these are absolutely beautiful. I hope you find some beauty in your day today.